Hi, real Rocky. Yeah, we're doing Kerbal Space Program tonight. Right, we're upside down. There we go. I don't know what we're doing in Kerbal Space Program. We're just bringing back the launch stages at the moment. So we've got like 5 launch stages in orbit. So we'll bring these back and then we'll decide what to do after. It's okay. We were only playing Derail Valley yesterday. It's a good, quiet, long stream yesterday playing Derail Valley. Hi, Sen. When? You're back? Yeah, it's Kerbal Space Program tonight. Wait, have we got it to the runway? I don't think we have we? I think we're to the left of the runway. Last month, Zooey no Mama. Huh? Don't understand. Already had school last month. Hang on. So just turn off on listening to on the other monitor so I can understand what you're saying. Oh, you're going back to college. Yes, we had 20 graded assignments. 20. That's a lot. Sounds like a lot of stress. And I sent one email today about inquiring about a college course, and that's it. That's what I've done today. I sent one email, there's only one line. Luckily, your average score for math is 93. That's pretty good, isn't it? Nice. Don't break. There you go. Look, landed perfectly. Right, we'll bring this one. Get that one there, recover that. Couldn't say the same for English. You got 80 out of 100. Well, 80 is still good, though, isn't it? It's a decent amount. You speak English well enough. You speak English, well, you write English far better than I can speak any other languages. And I did personal tuition for three years in Japanese, but then I am struggling. I struggle. It takes me 10 minutes to form a sentence. Right, what are we looking for? Yeah, we've got more launch stages we've got to bring back. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We've brought 1, so we've got 5 launch stages in orbit. It's a solid A in your school. It's like C+. Yeah, 80% is like a solid A in some schools, yeah. 80% it is. Passing grade of 70, anything less means fail. That sounds a bit harsh. We don't use A, B, C, D, F. Yeah, I'm playing Kerbal Space Program now, and I've got all my pile of study books are actually beside me now, and I could be studying, playing Kerbal Space Program. And I've been messing around with vibe coding with Claude all afternoon. I could have been doing other stuff. And like I said, I sent one email about inquiring about college today. That's all I've done. Guess what? I don't know. What? Yeah, what? I'm making a real rocket next week. KNO3 Sorbital, I think. So step up from what? So is that like a student project, or you're contributing something to a real project, a real rocket? KNO3. I don't know the name. Tell me more, because it is a step up from KSP. Solid rocket fuel. Oh, you're making solid rocket fuel. Goes 100 meter. Oh, 100 meters in altitude, so it's only something small, is it? It's still impressive. It's still a step up from KSP. It's small enough to make at home. Yeah, because solid rocket fuel is not difficult. It's just like made of simple components, isn't it? And we don't have estates in Asia. We're forced to make it on our own. Oh, STs. Yeah, STs is the company that sells model rockets. Yeah. Yeah, wow, yes, that's pretty awesome. That is pretty awesome. Is it going to be filmed or recorded, or going to put a video up anywhere? Oh, so, yeah. Where we live is often legal. People complain about drones and things here. Yeah, that's a point. You might need licenses, because I know I used to work in a model shop when I was a teenager, in my early teens, and they had Estes rockets there. We never sold a lot, but where I live, it's legal to have even fireworks, so practically doing something is legal. Yeah, it's a lot of the cases now, because there's like laws related to drones, for instance, where you need certain licenses to operate a drone. And would that now be relevant to things like model rockets and model aircraft? Right, we're out of fuel, so we've got no ballast, so we've got no control over this because we've got no fuel, no ballast. Solid rocket fuel is pretty cool. It's dangerous. Yeah, dangerous. Because solid rocket fuel is not always a big solid lump, is it? You can make patterns inside to control how it burns, can't you? And the patterns can change from the bottom to the top, and you can change how it burns throughout from the inside to the outside, and change the performance of a solid rocket motor as it's in flight without any control over it, just from the way you put the fuel in it. Yeah, technically it's legal to do fireworks here too. Nobody cares at all. Yeah, it's not illegal where I am, and there's loads of fireworks some days. Although people want fireworks to be illegal. solid rocket motors are really interesting, because you don't have that level of control in Kerbal, do we? Where you can change the patterns, the way the fuel is put inside the rocket stages. Because you get like this flower pattern where it's thicker, then it thins out, and then it gets thicker at the end. And I think you can SRBs, yeah. And the way the SRBs can throttle with my stupid method is divide the fuel into sections, and just fire it and fire at a rate. I don't know how to explain. Yeah, you can change the way the amount of fuel that's being used as depending on the pattern of the fuel is inside, isn't it? So instead of continuous out, it's more like on and off really quickly. Oh, PWM. Yeah. Pulse width modulation, isn't it? PWM is pulse width modulation. What's the temperature in the room? Yeah. Huh? Yeah. Does Real Rocky understand how you can control the way that the solid rocket motor works? I don't know how to explain. I'm sure there's videos and things. Where are we after? We're after the other launch stage. But there are ways of controlling the throttle, but you have to set it before you fire the rocket. Got to set it before you fire the rocket. Because once the solid is going, that's it. What was this? This is still in orbit. Oh yeah, this is out of fuel, isn't it? Oh, we've got to remember this is here. We've got to remember this is here and go and pick it up. Let's rename it. Bring home. Right, let's go back to the Space Center. Could do with what we could do with a mod in game, where you can draw little lines so I can demonstrate stuff. You had a little pencil tool. That would be a good mod to have, wouldn't it? We got a little pencil tool so I could draw like the cross section of a solid rocket stage, and then draw how the grain or whatever it's called, the fuel is arranged inside, and how you could control the performance of the solid rocket fuel as it is burnt up. That would be good, wouldn't it? That would be good. That would be a good mod for Kerbal. Instead of the notes, maybe we could talk to Gary Blue, who made this. Maybe we could talk to Gary Blue. He might be in here tonight. I don't know because it's a bit late. And ask about a little pencil tool, so you can just draw something on the screen rather than me tabbing out and going to the desktop and risk. Because I've got lots of projects and things on the desktop and personal things on the desktop. I don't want people to see, so. But because I'm tempted to tab out at the moment and draw something on screen, and I got my tablet in front of me, the pen tablet. Although it means pulling that out and plugging it in as well. Right, what are we after? The launch stages. Yeah, it'd be a cool little mod, wouldn't it? Okay, let's bring this one back. Oh, there's the crater, so Just about in the right place to bring this back. Because we haven't got that ability in Kerbal to control the performance of the solids. Oh, you've got to go to church. Okay, all right. I'll see you later. See you later when? It's Sunday, yeah. I mean, it's just become Sunday here because it's 1 in the morning here. Bye, see you later. Is Real Rocky still here? Hang on, I haven't got my Kerbal chat script running. The Kerbal chat script should be running now. Found stream. There, got it. Yep. Thanks for staying here. Right, I aim for a 3-hour stream, but I can't guarantee anything. I feel okay now. Status, yeah, status should be working now. I was tempted to update it and have the Kerbals tell jokes. But, yeah. Make a couple of text files and they pull jokes from text files. Sorry, I'm coughing into the microphone. Cough, cough. Let's bring this back. Just judiciously firing the engine now so we can control where it comes down. If there's anyone watching, this is perfectly in control. If there's anyone who is not a regular who's watching, I just wanted to say that, yeah, this is perfectly in control. This is what we wanted to do. This is how we get the stages back. Okay, we're going to go long. Got a lot of fuel ballast in this one. It's coming down a bit fast. Come on, gain the aerodynamic control. Come on. There we go. Easy. There you go. We got control over it. The Kerbals coming home from Minmus. So they've had their adventure, had their holiday to Minmus. How many Kerbals did you send out there in the end? Is it still the first few that went out there? Just 3. We're not quite on the runway, so we're not going to get 100%. I mean, I'm not going to bother bringing one of the vehicles out here and pick this up from just here. Three adventurous Kerbals to level up. Okay, well, we've got another couple of stages, haven't we, to bring back, and then we've got to try and refuel the grappler thing that's out there. Right, yeah, we've got one more launch stage to come back. And then we can go out to Minmus and try and sort out all the batteries and things we need out there. Because I got a mining rig on Minmus that, a new mining rig. What was it, like the 4th mining rig we've done? And hopefully it should work this time. But we didn't have enough power, so I'm going to attach some more batteries to it. Okay, just got these launch stages to bring back, that's all. So that's the ferret. The ferret is one of the landers. The other lander is still docked to the Space Station Cafe Alpha over there. We could bring up more batteries for it because the lander that's on Cafe Alpha can hold more batteries. We can load it up with a couple of Kerbals because there's only one Kerbal on Minmus at the moment, and they are a pilot. They're not even an engineer or a scientist. So we could bring the Kerbal that's out there back. Gonna make it. Yeah, you can't get 100% on recovered parts from here, from the general. You can only get it from the actual launch site and not from out here. Unlike the runway, where you can actually get it from the slopes. Yeah, only 98% of value on parts. Right, we've got all those stages back. We could take up fuel and batteries to the space station. We could take up Kerbals to take to Minmus then. Okay, we'll do that. Onward 6. B5? B6? B7? Did we go up today level 7? I thought B4 was the one we used for a long time. B7. Thought we made another one of these that had more fuel around here. Sure we made another one of these. Oh, it might be the bigger one. I accidentally didn't go into the atmosphere enough, so my Kerbal's having to do like 5,000 passes through the atmosphere. Oh, you're using the atmosphere to slow down. Okay, let's try that. A little bit extra fuel. Final pass. They're going to come back. Let's get Kerbals. Which Kerbals are we going to send out there? Right, what's the first Kerbal that hasn't been to Minmus? Valentina's been there. Tremor has been there. John Ard's been there. Ned Fred has been there. Dilza. Edney. Sidlin. Gemtime. Will Keller. Beres. Peggy. Sigtrian. Wilby. Wilby's been around Juna. There's John Ard as well. John Ard's been around Eve. Wilby's been around Juna. Tom Ford. Tom Ford's been to Minmus. Gweniella. Gilgery. Gilgery's been around the sun. Milana. Daphne has been to Minmus. Sydney. CD. Trirene has been to Minmus. January. Valbeth. Daffodith. Max B. Lister. Trillian has been to the moon. Catlin. Merbella. Obza. Lodlong. Lodlong's one of the old ones. He's been around forever and he's hardly done anything. Like Shepson. Shepson's been around Juna. Son Kamud. Debdra. Yeah. Sarah has not been to Minmus. Charina has been to Minmus. Kudra has not been. So we've got one scientist. We need a pilot now. Dremmer has been to Minmus. Jogar. We need an engineer. Pilot. The next pilot. Right. Tidrex. Ditrex has been to Minmus. Who's the next pilot? Fowell has not been to Minmus. Fowell can go. Right, we could do with another engineer, I think, just in case any batteries are too heavy to pick up. We could do with another engineer. Katmi has not been there, and another engineer, Sigzy. Right now, Gemb hasn't been there, or is Asiela. Tebtra. Jogar can go. So we've got a bunch of Kerbals that haven't been to Minmus. Okay, we need to put some batteries aboard. We got batteries aboard already because we took them up before. And we got a couple of we don't need those. Wow, is that a large rocket? What's its payload? It's one of the things. It just carries up fuel and components and Kerbals to the space station. It's actually a really old one, but I've been modifying it over the years. It's just a thing that can deorbit itself and just bring Kerbals back. Because it only needs the fuel tank at the bottom to come back, so the big fuel tank in the middle, it can take fuel up to the space station, and it's got cargo containers on there, so you can take cargo up. So we're taking batteries up. What else? Cargo, electrical. Can we stick that in that? No, it's too big. Fuel cell, we could stick another fuel cell in it. Oh, let's stick a battery in it. Stick another battery in it. So we've got two batteries. See, nice. Right, save, and we will launch this. So we've got a bunch of Kerbals that haven't been to Minmus. And save, launch. Full load, full fuel. We'll take fuel to the space station, transfer the batteries to one of the bigger landers, because we've got the ferret and another lander that's docked at the. There's a larger version of the ferret, which is our Minmus lander. We've got a larger version of it with cargo panniers, and so I'll put the Kerbals and the cargo panniers on board, and then we've got to have, hopefully there'll be enough fuel to punt it out to Minmus. Still warm here. I mean, it's 25 degrees in my room, but I still feel really warm. I know in the winter it's going to get really, really cold here. Just wait until it hits apoapsis. F and Z, right. Okay. Okay, Cafe Alpha. See, this hasn't got full monopropellant. This is the thing I'm thinking about doing, is increasing the launch stages boosters, stick another booster on it or something so we can bring up some more monopropellant. Plus, this is not easy to fly back. It needs those wings need to move back a little bit, I believe. But then this is quite heavy at the front and it's balanced out with the engine. And it doesn't fly well. It doesn't fly well. I mean, it originally didn't have wings or anything. It just came back on its own. Without. Anyway. It's a shame. I mean, it's an old design, and I've just been using it. I've been using it for 10 years, more than 10 years. But it's reliable. It's reliable. That's all that matters. It's reliable. Just came back to KSP after years. Oh, Kippy, hang on. Let me just mute what I was listening to so I can read what he's saying. Yeah, I just came back to KSP after years and gave myself a challenge. It was 80 mods, including Kerbalism. 80 mods. Yeah, there's so many mods around today. I tried to limit the amount of mods I use, although one of the mods I've used is this lone one, which keeps spawning icons. That's why you see these icons just multiplying. I want to get rid of that mod because I used it in emergency. 80 mods. Yeah, the amount of mods around today. They do transform the game, though, don't they? Kippy. Smoke me a kipper. I'll be back for breakfast. There we go. We've done that. 0.2 kilometers away on our next orbit. That's brilliant. Yeah, we got loads of stuff in orbit, and that's what I was trying to do last week in Kerbal. Trying just to decrease the amount of stuff we've got in orbit. Bring stuff back. We deorbited a bunch of stuff. And we got to clean Minmus up because Minmus is just like a trash heap at the moment. So that's why I'm bringing stuff up, ready to go to Minmus to modify some of the things on Minmus and clean it up. Because we got like, I don't know how many flags out there. We've got loads of flags on Minmus. I'm going to just start pulling up the flags and just cleaning them up. So improve our performance a little bit. The system performance, game performance. But there's one Kerbal on Minmus at the moment in this save, and they are a pilot. So they're effectively useless to us. Sat there on Minmus. Okay, there's our space station. This is one of our space stations. This is our reliable space station. This is called Cafe Alpha. Cafe Alpha. It was just a flying fuel tank with a couple of solar panels originally, but Cafe Alpha, one of our landers didn't work very well. Refueler didn't work very well. I stuck it to the end of the Cafe Alpha, so it looks kind of cool. We just left it there. One of the probes is stuck at the bottom, and we got another capsule on the bottom we just stuck there. One of the tugs is on the side. We got an extra fuel tank docked to the other side, and another Kerbal lander on the other side. So it's just basically a flying fuel tank with stuff docked to it to make it useful. Go and take these Kerbals up now, and yeah, these Kerbals have got to get into that other lander over there. We'll transfer some of the storage on some of the bits we got over. I can tell I'm a bit struggling with early game. I may have to reconsider my strategies. I play with probes before crew as well. Yeah, most of our probes. I mean, I've only really sent probes out to other planets. I've sent a few Kerbals out to other planets, but yeah, I don't like to risk Kerbals either. Most of the stuff is done with probes. I mean, even all the stuff that carries Kerbal, we've always got an automated probe core on it. It's just a rule of thumb I do is try to put an automated probe core on everything, just in case there's no Kerbals around. Limited ignitions of an engine are the worst, but I like the realism. Oh, you know that about my my own personal rules, do you? Have I written that somewhere? Because I don't use all the Kerbal stock engines, because I know personally I tried to use realistic engines. Like I won't use a Nerva, for instance. I mean, although I know there's real world projects to make nuclear rocket engines, but I refuse to use it in Kerbal until one has physically flown in orbit. I know ones have been tested. There's videos on that of actual ones being tested. But I refuse to use them in Kerbal unless I see one actually being used. And I try to keep structural mods to a minimum. There's only really aviation lights. I think all this is stock apart from aviation lights. And aviation lights are just useful just to, they're aviation lights. I forgot, what's the name of the air-breathing rocket engine which is in Kerbal? Because that's an unrealistic engine, especially now that reaction engines have gone out of business. I always like playing stock KSP. Yeah, it's a bit more of a challenge. It's an extra challenge, isn't it? It's an extra challenge. So far, I've only have to squeeze all the science from Kerbin. Rapier, is that what it is? The Rapier? I think it is. I think it's the Rapier. Because there's an air-breathing rocket engine in games, the other one I refuse to use. But then, having said that, I have actually flown with the Aerospike. I know Aerospike's a bit tested. But I don't use Aerospikes on anything at the moment, I don't think. Mods make me always want to add 5,000 parts to the ship, yeah. Yeah, I know someone else like that. Sounds like Red Panda. I mean, why doesn't want to watch Red Panda stream with all the mods he's got? Go, what the hell's this? Or what the hell's that? So many mods. Yeah, approach under 0.3 meters per second or under is what I aim for. Oh, we didn't change the flag on this. I got the Hyogoken flag on there. We didn't change the flag before we launched. There we go. And we've got a Welsh flag down there. We've got a Welsh flag and a Hyogoken. What other flags we got on this? What other flags? We got a flag of Glamorgan there. And another flag of Glamorgan. And one of my drawings on a flag there. Okay, right, we're docked here, so we've got to get the fuel out because in order to stop everything going wibbly and breaking, we'll just stick the fuel into the center. Stick the fuel into the center first, because getting the weight towards the center, the ballast towards the center of the space station stops things breaking. Okay, let me read, and it makes it harder. That SSTO guy, some of my favourite mods have to be Freevia and stock-alike station parts. I don't know what the parts look like, but I've heard other people have mentioned stock-alike. I like mods. I try to be perfect balance between the amount of parts on your rockets and complexity. Yeah, sometimes you have so much choice of parts, and there's a lot of overlap on parts usefulness, I guess, with mods. Okay, we can transfer some monoprop to there because we don't. Stock-like is good in your opinion. Is Rover Dude still making parts for Kerbal? Does anyone know that? Rover Dude? I haven't seen him on streaming on Twitch for a long time. He used to stream on Twitch. Because he was one of the persons who made parts, didn't he? Rover Dude, and then they got into the game, got into the stock game, I believe. I believe some of the parts are his. Right. Well, let's try and get these. Right, because these batteries. We've got these batteries, haven't we? We've got batteries. Batteries there. We've got that there. Right, put that over here. we've got these cargo panniers here. Let's put these cargo panniers up. Oh, free view is like free view, is it? It just allows you to move around your... Now I'm worried this lander is going to be too heavy now. Right, let's transfer the Kerbals. 5. I love Freeview. For now, I make some plane flight contracts and try to make some side cash, a small amount of science. Yeah, you play Kippy Kip. Are you playing a Kippy? Are you playing a stock game or a science game? Sounds like you're doing a science game. But I mean, I played Korea rather than Sandbox. Are you playing Korea or science? Right, there's transfer crew, transfer. So it's Catme, transfer Jogar. Right. So there's those crew gone, and then we got. Thought we had, yeah, we did have 5 crew. Transfer crew. Where's transfer crew? Where is it? Transfer crew. Transfer Sarah. Transfer Kerdra. Transfer Fowell. I'm playing Korea, of course. Yeah. One of the things Freeview did is get me to have all the living space connected in a way that makes sense. It's interesting about living space. I mean, one of my other rules is I only use these sort of docking ports to get Kerbals through. I haven't used any of the bigger or other size docking ports. Yeah, all my docking ports are the same size, aren't they? I do have two small probes with a smaller docking port, tell a lie. They were the first probes I launched, and the first 2 I ever docked with. And they're in orbit somewhere because I didn't have the heart to deorbit them. And I believe there is a probe on the moon with the smaller docking port, actually. First one I ever landed on the moon. Right, what are we going to do now? We need to get... Can we fill this? Have we got enough fuel to fill that? No, we don't. Tell you what, I'm going to bring this back and then bring up more fuel. I'm going to bring this back and bring up more fuel. It's also super cool VR mod as well. VR mod? There's a VR mod, is there? Because I was playing Derail Valley last night, and Derail Valley was originally a VR game. But it works so well. It works so naturally as a 2D game as well. I mean, I say 2D, non-VR game. My PC is too weak. I may have to optimize my mod pack. I'm running Ryzen 5 2600 with 16 GB of RAM. I need more RAM, don't we all? Don't we all? Right, I'm going to bring this back, deorbit this, and bring another one up with fuel and other stuff. Board. Right. So if we undock that, the Kerbals are on board now. We could bring up 1 Kerbal because there's 1 spare seat on this lander. So we could bring up 1 more Kerbal. Right, control from here. TR. And then... VR with KSP, crazy. It does sound a bit crazy, doesn't it? We might do something a bit unrealistic right now, because you wouldn't fire a main engine near a space station because the exhaust could damage stuff. You would wait until you drift away in real life. But it's impressive when you just fly past something. Close proximity. I hope the community does more fixes with the game over time as well, optimizing spaghetti code. Yeah, someone mentioned last week that there was activity. There was activity on the account, on the Steam account, as if they're looking to update it again. I don't know exactly. I don't know exactly what's happening, but there was activity apparently. So maybe KSP1 is not as so abandoned as we first thought. I mean, we can always hope. We can always hope there's more done with it. Right, let's get into a lower orbit. I tend to do the deorbit burn from around 80,000. So we'll go to a lower orbit. Yeah, the community does more fixes to the game over time, as well as optimizing spaghetti code. Isn't EJSA, isn't he working on a mod or something? Because he's mentioned doing his own mod a few times over the years, and I thought I read one of his. He's another big Kerbal streamer, and I thought I read the title of one of his streams the other day. It sounded like he was making his own mods, because that's what his degree is in, making parts for games, 3D parts and that, 3D modeling. Yeah, EJSA. So he's another big Kerbal streamer. Yeah, I'm waiting for the periapsis to go down to around 80. Well, 82, 83 is what I leave it at now for a bit of a buffer. That'll do. F5. Yeah, if anyone needs to know what the Kerbals are doing, you can just type in status with an exclamation mark in chat, and it'll give you a quick status. It should show it on the screen, actually. I'll give you a quick status. At the moment, it just says probe core, but the Kerbals will, if there's any Kerbals on board, they will answer. Because the things I got on the screen, like the Kerbal funds and the Kerbal chat, are Python scripts. And the temperature of my room down here actually comes from a Node MCU and some bits that are on my desk in front of me. And I've got a little LCD screen so I can in front of me so I can read what it says, like 25 degrees. Okay, right. We need to find, where's periapsis? Periapsis. Does anyone want me to talk? I can shut up, because I know that on my Derail Valley streams, they do really well if I don't say anything. Derail Valley seems to have a lot of a lurker audience. I mean, it might be the same with Kerbal as well. You know, just something to put on in the background. Oh man, I like you talking. Okay, yeah, I'll keep talking then, Real Rocky. I'll keep talking. I've got a paused podcast on my other monitor, and I can always turn it off. Well, I say podcast, it's just one of Patrick Boyle's videos. So he's on his own. And reacting to your comments. I like to talk with streamers. Okay, I'll keep talking. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing with Kerbal. A lot of the Kerbal audience I come here like to talk. We're talking a lot with Kerbal. But when I was playing, because I've decided as of last week, I'll try to alternate every night, do Kerbal Space Program, Derail Valley, just try it for a while. Because it seems to be two different audiences for the two different games I play. Yeah, Derail Valley is a railway simulation game. It's a sandbox, driving locomotives. Right, what are we doing now? We're at the right. What do you call it? Orbit. And I'm looking for the crater. I use the crater on Kerbin as a deorbit point. So let's speed up a bit. Okay. And we will warp to that point. Yes, by here, basically, I do the deorbit burn. Yeah, we've got to clear some of the stuff we are in orbit, haven't we? There's a deorbiter probe. Oh, that's the one with. What is that? What is this? Oh, that's the launch stage, isn't it? That's the launch stage we just brought up. I just wondered what that was. I don't know what half of this stuff is. The asteroid miner has got an asteroid attached. The ferret is one of the landers, and so way over there. We got two old stations we no longer use. And we could punt those two older stations to a higher orbit, couldn't we? Any tips regarding getting to the moon? Hang on. Any tips regarding getting to the moon and Minmus? Honestly, I've barely gotten a chance to get anywhere out of Kerbin, even a flyby. Last time I played was around 2022 and only played for a while. What can I say? The rule of thumb is, in order to get to Minmus the moon is when you see the moon coming over the horizon, just burn prograde, and eventually you'll get to the moon. That's the rule of thumb, but I don't know the rule of thumb to get to Minmus. What I do, I tend to do the inclination first, and then do the burn to Minmus with a maneuver node. But as soon as you see the moon come across the horizon, just burn prograde and you'll get there. That's the rule of thumb. Or the guide. So you don't have to mess around setting up maneuver nodes. Okay, this doesn't fly very well. This is a really old stage. But it does the job and it's reasonably reliable. Because what I do with the larger stages we bring back, I transfer the fuel back and forth to move the center of gravity around as ballast. Use the fuel as ballast. Like Airbuses do. Airbus is they make airliners and they have fuel tanks fore and aft, and they can move fuel around forward and back to change trim rather than moving the control surfaces. Although it was optional on some Boeings, actually, like 747 had an optional fuel tanks in the tail, in stab tanks, stabilizer tanks. Hi, Lucas. Yeah, British Airways was a company that ordered fuel tanks in the tailplane on Boeing 747s, but I think very few other companies ordered them. Qantas may have, because Qantas had yeah, did you know that Qantas had a couple of modified 747s with beefier landing gear, and I think they had a higher takeoff weight? They only ordered a small number, like 6 of them. Sorry, I just think that's interesting. It's really interesting. I wonder if any of those 747s survived. I know I should be shutting up talking about aviation. I don't work there anymore. I don't work with aeroplanes anymore. Okay, I'm just firing the engine judiciously to trying to control where we end up. We're going out of control. So, all right, we'll move the fuel forward. Let's try and change the centre of gravity. By the way, Minimus is the same as the moon, but you just can't see it on the horizon unless you have visual mods and that. So I would just check the map screen. What, the same rule of thumb works for Minimus, does it? Do you think? The Minimus is at a 6-degree angle. Six-degree inclination. That's the only difference. Maybe we can experiment with that sometimes. Stick a little probe out there. You just have to align yourself before doing the burn. So you could do the inclination and do the same, can you? You just do the inclination. So you put yourself on a 6-degree inclination aligned with Minimus, and then you can just do a forward burn when it comes over the horizon as well, can you? Does that work with any altitude? No crew control. Of course there's no crew control. There's no electrical charge. Okay. Nope, no electrics. That's what you're doing right now. Okay, all right. Oh, it's tipping over. Glad there's no Kerbals on board. There's going to be explosion. Oh, look at that. Brilliant. It's fine. It's fine. Totally meant to do that. Yeah, we're on the runway, so we get 100% for returned parts. Okay, load. Because we've got so much stuff in game, the loading takes a long time. Parts, there you go, 100% value for returned parts. Got stuff. Could do with more money, couldn't we? Could we do more money? I mean, I was going to take up more fuel. I wonder if there's a contract we got from to go to Minmus. Extract ore, ferry to Taurus, Kerbin, the moon. Minmus. We got tourists that want to go to Minmus. We've got one spare seat on the lander. I suppose we could always turf one of the Kerbals out, couldn't we? We could turf the pilot out. We don't need the pilot on Minmus. So these two tourists fly by Minmus orbit, well, we can give them more than they pay for and actually land them on Minmus, can we? So fly by Minimus, orbit around Minmus, fly by Minmus, orbit around Minmus. Okay, you can take these two Kerbals and give us some cash. Okay, we'll do that. Take some tourists with us. So we can turf the pilot out the lander. So we go pilot, what's it? Pilot, scientist? Can't remember which we just put on there. Okay, where are we? So we got the same stuff aboard, have we? Got the same stuff aboard, yeah. Right, these three troublemakers can get out of the seats. Right, we stick the tourists on board. Tourists can go in the cheap seats. We don't need... Well, we'll stick an inexperienced pilot on board, shall we? Okay, Cabaret can go on board. Right. Change the flag. I was going to change the flag last time. Yeah, it's the Hugo Ken flag, by the way. And we'll change it to like and subscribe because I'm now streaming on YouTube, not Twitch anymore. Okay. So the Kerbals will start speaking now, so you'll see what the Kerbals say up in the Kerbal chat. Every positive integer can be written as sum of three palindrome numbers. For example, T, decrease throttle, press F5, and off we go. Did my message not send? The last I haven't seen. You said, hang on. You said, Kippy said, any tips regarding the moon and Minmus? Yeah, we answered that. I didn't see anything. Don't you need an engineer to place the batteries? There's already an engineer up there, Lucas. We've already got an engineer on board, and yeah, we've already got an engineer up there. Two engineers, in fact. There's no engineer on Minmus. They're on the lander, which we're going to deliver fuel to now. They're only inexperienced engineers, though, so it may still be a problem. They're only inexperienced engineers, so I'm not sure if engineers' experience allows them to move bigger things or certain things. So that could be an issue. You know, now we've thought about it. But we'll deal with that. If they get them in this and they can't move stuff, then we'll just have to bring another engineer there. Alright, we've messed this orbit a little bit. We haven't gone flat enough. We messed this launch up a little bit because I'm trying to aim for an 84,000 launch. 84,000 apoapsis. So we may have to do the circularization burn a little bit before apoapsis. Just aiming down a little bit. Right. So we can burn from there. trade in altitude for distance. So that should be going down, but we're already in orbit, so it should be okay. Well, I mean, we're already in space, not necessarily orbit. You think your message got deleted again? Oh, hang on. Kippy. There's some words I've got banned. Words like should. It's to stopping people to backseat gaming. So there's a couple of words I've got banned, like should, for instance. SHOULD. So that might be one of the things that's blocking it. Blocking any of your messages. Yeah, I had a problem with that. Yeah, I've had way too many problems with people backseat gaming in the past. So, yeah. PDA as well. PDA. But sometimes there's banned words which YouTube has banned, and I haven't, and I'll see them as a message in chat, but your previous messages haven't been displayed at all. Right, 75 by 96. It's not the best orbit, but it'll do. Okay. Extend solar panel. Extend solar panel. Extend solar panel. Extend solar panel. Stick the lights on. Stick the lights on. Space RH. Okay, I wanted to say I definitely want to send a satellite probe, but I'm undecided whether to go to Minmus or Moon first. Minmus or Moon, what is easier? I think it's easier to get in orbit around Minmus, isn't it? But Minmus is just more of an effort to get there. Tell you what, you need to roll a dice if you like. Roll a dice, I've got dice on my desk to help with decisions like that. And sometimes I'll just roll a dice, evens for one decision and odds for another decision, and flip a coin. Go to Minmus. Much easier. I mean, less delta V. Honestly, either or. Dice rolls are good. Dice rolls for decisions. Right, where are we? Where's the space station? Cafe Alpha we're looking for. We've got these two space stations. They're useless and we don't use them anymore. We've got to do something with those. Where is Cafe Alpha? There it is. Set its target. Right, we need to do the inclination. Inclination closest to apoapsis is the one that's the best to use. So 0.5, that's ascending. We'll do an anti-normal, which will do a descending change. Norfolk Southern is back. Hello, Norfolk Southern. Yeah, we're not on trains today. We're on spaceships. I think there isn't much difference in difficulty. No, there isn't. It requires less delta V than I can send heavier, more feature-rich probe with an OK rocket. Yeah, Real Rocky said there's less delta V to go to Minmus, but to be honest, I don't actually know the figures offhand. but it's easier to get into orbit around Minmus. Yeah, Norfolk Southern. This is another physics sandbox game, Kerbal Space Program. I don't know if you've heard of it. The universe aligned, so I don't have to do multiple orbits to get a good encounter. Yeah, Real Rocky's playing as well. Oh, not in this game. It's not in my multiplayer game. He's playing on his own. Right, on their own. It's 2,000 less for landing and return. KSP is equally as fun. I'm actually somewhat into rocket science. Yeah, I think there's a lot of people who like trains and rockets. There's quite a few, actually. In fact, I was told I first saw Derail Valley by watching a streamer that streams Kerbal Space Program. So I did it. I'm actually somewhat into rocket science, more or less astronomy, but rocket science plays a part. Yeah. Yeah, like Scott Manley is an astronomer, wasn't he? All his degree and everything was done in astronomy, and yet everyone knows him for KSP and rocket science. Right, what are we doing? Well, we changed our inclination. Right, our inclination's at 0, so we've got to get to our space station now. F5 for quick save, and do a prograde burn until our orbits cross. Okay. F5 again. I just do a prograde burn. Yeah, it's not the best orbiter, this thing. It's a bit of a jalopy, but it does the job. We've got an inexperienced pilot and 2 tourists on board. We're just loading up a lander on one of the space stations and taking it to Minmus. Because our Minmus is like a trash heap with stuff all over the place at the moment. So I want to take some Kerbals out there who can clean it up. What's our goal today? Trying to dock with another spacecraft around Kerbin? Yeah. Sure of us like computers as well. Yeah. I think we all like computers. We'd all like cheaper RAM. Yeah, I'm just taking Kerbals and fuel and parts up to a land that's docked with one of the space stations, and we're going to punt it out to Minmus and try and take some Kerbals and tourists out there. Because I got a problem with Minmus at the moment. We've got so much stuff on Minmus, which is one of the moons, that it causes performance issues, even with my machine. And there's physics problems, like when stuff loads or you get within physics range of stuff, it'll explode. We lost last month, just one of the rovers on Minmus just randomly exploded. Because there's physics errors that build up in Kerbal. It's a mess under the surface. Kerbal Space Program is apparently. That's one of the problems. You get physics errors, and it can cause stuff to randomly explode when it comes into physics range of something else. And we had it on a rover. So we took 2 rovers out a couple of weeks ago. Might have been last week. And we've got a mining rig on the Minmus that doesn't have enough power, so we're taking spare batteries out there. We've got another mining rig I suppose we can take apart and start taking it apart, bit at a time. And there's loads of flags out there. I want to clear the flags up. It wasn't even made by game devs. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. Oh yeah, I got to re-optimize my mod pack. Then I don't want performance issues. Yeah, you got loads of mods, haven't you, Kippy? The only way I can experience KSP for myself is Spaceflight Simulator, SFS for short. Yeah, is that the 2D one? People have mentioned it. I've not played it or seen it, but a lot of people have mentioned it. A mobile version of KSP, oh, right. I don't have the PC version, unfortunately. Yeah. Oh, you don't have a PC, I see. But I mean, it is available on consoles, but then that's a different sort of game altogether as well. Different sort of game. Right, there you go, 0.5 kilometers away on our next orbit. I can tweak it with RCS. So 0.4, 0.3, that'll do. Turn RCS off. F5. So we're going to warp to here, set our attitude relative to target, retrograde relative to target. And then we can do a retrograde burn relative to our target as we come alongside, and hopefully, if we time the burn well enough, we can come alongside at the same speed. SFS is simple and 2D. It's nice. Actually introduced me to space games. Yeah, I think it has. I think SFS has opened up the market of space games to a lot of people, because people keep mentioning it almost every stream, almost every Kerbal stream. So this figure now down here is our difference in speeds to our target, our orbital speed. So if you get this down to 0, we'll be essentially alongside it, or with it at the same speed and the same orbit. So we're aiming for the speed difference to be 0 when we come alongside at the closest point. Sometimes I have trouble explaining these things. I know how it works in my head. At least I think I know how it works in my head. Hang on, I'll read that now once we've done this. I will try and get this down to 0. So our difference in speed. There you go, that'll do. Right, it seems like there's a really weirdly big overlap between KSP and Helldivers. Like KSP subreddit, there's a ton of people with Helldiver PFPs. Okay, right. Helldivers. I've not seen Helldivers. My only exposure to Helldivers is Luke Lafreniere mentioning playing it. I accidentally destroyed one of my solar arrays on station. I'm getting an engineer out there to fix it. I mean, when I first launched Cafe Alpha, those solar panels there, we broke them by running stuff into it, and I had to get engineers out. I think it was my first real break of something in orbit, because this save is more than 10 years old. I think there's 11, 12 years ago, there's videos of this very career save on the channel. Yeah, I've got over 1,800 hours in Kerbal now. I haven't played it all the time. I have one, but I don't have any repair kits. Oh, you got an engineer, but no repair kits. I see. It says target. Well, I know what I'm sending now. Yeah, repair kits. We got repair kits on board, don't we? Repair kits. Yeah, I always carry repair kits just in case. Learned that the hard way. No, not. I'm pressing the wrong button. I'm pressing the wrong button. lots of repair kits. Is that right? I'm quite in the right spot. Yeah, originally this space station was just a flying fuel tank, and we had it like that's one of my early landers to land the tugs on Minmus, and it didn't work very well. And I was going to deorbit it, but I attached it to the space station. I thought it looked quite good, so that's why this is here. This bit of the space station doesn't really need to exist. It just looks good. Okay, where are we? Right, let's get the fuel out of here. Get that fuel. Well, why we got that? Get rid of that. Out. Yeah, moving the ballast, the fuel towards the center, and keeping the mass towards the center of the space station like this keeps everything, stops stuff breaking. I can't wait to orbit Minmus and farm science tomorrow. I do flight contracts. Scan each biome on Kerbin, and recently got mad after a plane crash, which resulted in Jeb having to respawn. Yeah, I lost my Jeb a long time ago. If you notice, my Jeb's deaded. Yeah. My Jeb's long dead. Though I've lost a few Kerbals. And some in spectacular fashion. Like, I got a rig to pick up down stages, a little driving thing, and I thought it was going too slow at one time, so I decided to put rocket engines and jet engines on it. Yeah, it was just a spectacular crash that killed a bunch of Kerbals. Right, what are we doing now? We're going to move this. We're going to take the batteries out as well, are we? And take the batteries. There should be stuff in there and all. Hopefully this is enough batteries to sort out the mining rig we've got on Minmus. Right, we got to do something about the... Right, the pilot that's on here is going to stay on there. Who's the pilot? And we've got one seat here, so we need to take one of the Kerbals out there and put them somewhere else. Not great moments like these always make me want to take it slow and safe with Kerbals. Yeah, take it slow and safe with Kerbals. We don't want to harm the Kerbals. Must not harm Kerbals. Right, got to decide what to do with these Kerbals now. Right, we got one seat on there, and we've got to take 2 tourists onto the lander. Who are the tourists? Kamin and Cedard. Hang on, we got them there. So Cedard and Kamin are the tourists. Right, who's that? Katmi, Sarah, scientist. Fowell. We'll turf Fowell or Carberry. Or Carberry is on this one. Carberry's on this one. So Fowell is going to be turfed off. So we're going to stick Fowell somewhere else because I don't think we need a pilot out there. Okay. So Fowell's been turned off. So that means we can stick the 2 The 2 tourists can go on the lander. Okay? Right. Anyway, good night. It's 3 a.m. here. I have to go. Okay, thanks for dropping in, Kippy. Yeah, it's 2:34 a.m. here, so I'm aiming for a 3-hour stream. I've been streaming for 1 hour 46 minutes already. Yeah, good night. Right, so we've got to try and take these to Minmus. Let me think. We've got another tug, haven't we? We'll fill this with fuel up, take it, detach it, get one of the tugs, bring the tug here, fill the tug up with fuel, and hopefully we've got a thing we can take to Minmus. Right, F5. There's no fuel in there. I was hoping we'd have more fuel than this. We've been wasting all this fuel. Okay, there's a bunch of fuel in that tank. There's 3 tanks. It doesn't need to be fully full, but I prefer it to be full, just in case. Plus, this will be the heaviest landing we've done on Minmus, but it should be fine. It should be fine. Minmus has got a lower gravity, so it should be fine. Because I don't think I've taken this much stuff out out there in the panniers, in the cargo panniers. It's got a full load of Kerbals as well. Oh, there you go. I'm pressing the wrong button. We need to stick fuel in here. Pressing the wrong thing. We also got to stick monopropellant in here as well. Okay, make sure that full tank's full, that fuel tank is full, that fuel tank is full. Could do some monoprop. Stick some monoprop in there. I'll do. We've got this monopropellant tank in here. Hang on, that's not what we wanted. There's a monoprop tank there. We'll fill this tank up a little bit. Okay, we'll leave that docked for when we come back. Okay, where's aim camera? F5 in case we get a docking port bug. Yeah, the docking port bug, you've got to make one primary. There's a make primary docking port if it doesn't work. Right, undock. See, it didn't work. So now I've got to press F9 to reload to make sure that it works. Okay. Right. Aim camera. Make primary docking port. Then undock. There you go. Cafe Alpha, the Stoat. That's what we called it, the Stoat. Because I named the landers after mustelids, you know, the small rodent things. So you've got Stoat and Ferret. Okay, we're free. Cafe Alpha, and we have the Stoat. I don't think I checked the naming on this because sometimes the naming goes wrong, like the Stoat. Accept. Where's control point? Configure special naming. Priority 11. Accept. Right. Configure vessel naming. Right, it's a lander. Accept. Right. Okay, we've got to get a tug out here. We've got to fill a tug up. So we've got to find a tug. There's 3 tugs in the game. One of the tugs is docked to the station, except it's got a claw on it. The tugs are named after engineers. Real Rocky says, almost done designing my rocket. You've got another rocket. What's the task? What's the mission for this rocket? Your next rocket? Yeah, the tugs are named. My tugs are named after engineers. So I got Brunel, Telford, and Eiffel. Gotta find them first. Gotta find them. Bet they're all out in Minmus already. One may actually be attached to the ferret. Actually, switch to. I'm gonna add a module to the station. Is that the station around Minmus? Yeah, one of our tugs is already here. So we'll undock from the ferret and we've got fuel aboard. We've got fuel aboard. F5. Undock. There's the ferret. And this is Telford. Ferret, Telford. Control from here. Right, we've got to take this to Cafe Alpha now. Well, there's the Stoat. This target. Well, we're already at the right inclination. So I'm trying to adjust my chair, stretch out a bit. Okay. Okay, there we go. To a maneuver node. Though I do realise we're manoeuvring to the Stoat, and I'd like to get to the station actually. I know they're close to each other, but they may drift apart. Because I'd like to fill this up, make sure this is full of fuel. 0.4, 0.3, that'll do. Up to next maneuver. Actually, I'm going to cancel that maneuver and set as target for Cafe Alpha, actually. Because we want to go to the Cafe Alpha. I'll do. Perhaps this is fine. Chat has slowed down, so I'm tempted to listen to what I was listening before. Listening to who was I listening to? Patrick Boyle. Talk about finance. What was he talking about? He was talking about the AI crash. Possible AI crash. Like 26 meters per second difference. No, sorry, I was just focused. Okay, you were just focused. Okay, you're focused. You're focused. I know you're concentrating. You're launching a rocket with a stage with a what's it called? A module for your space station attached. Takes concentration. Okay, there you go. Making sure our relative speeds are 0. There you go. Right, that'll do 0.1. There you go. 0. Right, we'll fill this up and then we've got to find the tug. I mean, it's almost full. We'll probably waste that fuel, which we're going to fill into it anyway, and just get into the stoat. Oh, hang on. What docking port are we going to use? What docking port are we going to use? Use the one on this side. Yeah, I'm looking at the nav ball at the moment. So the purple thing is our target, and this is the direction we're going. I'm getting a bit tired, actually. I'm just wondering about going down for a cup of tea or a coffee or something. Because, I mean, I've been streaming for 2 hours, 1 minute. I'd like to get to 3 hours, because we've done 3 hours all week so far. Okay, we need to fill this up. Fill this up. Fuel. Okay, the rocket now is now launching. Yeah, we don't have much monoprop. I'm glad we took a visit here. Five. We could take one of our Kerbals. Neither of these have been to Minmus. So Cabri can come with us. Where's Cabri? Where's Cabri? Cabri is over there. All right. I mean, they're not going to go to the surface, but at least they can go into orbit around Minmus. F5. Always quick save before undocking because you've got that bug. TR. Right. There we go. Now we've got to find the stoat. So I believe when we get to the other half of the orbit, we can do a slight adjustment to the orbit when we get over there. Oh, 0.3 kilometers. We'll be 0.3 kilometers away from it by there. So it's fine. We don't have to do anything. Oh, yeah, we do. I'm trying to concentrate. I'm kind of trying to concentrate there because we're in a very close orbit. So my normal rules to try and get to something are not going to apply. Hang on. So we set that, and try and try and adjust our orbit and see if we get closer or further away. We use the RCS. 17, 17.6, 17.4, 17, 16. $16.3. There you go, that's what we need. So in the next orbit after that will be just 0.1 kilometers away. It's going to be hard to select warp to next maneuver. There we go. Why does that say 0.4 now? So occasionally we'll get a communications blackout on Minmus, but I think when we moved the communication satellites last week, or was it the week before? Hopefully we don't get a communications blackout. It only happens occasionally. Okay, my rocket is about to set course for Minmus. Yeah, we'll be out there in Minmus in a little bit once I can sort this out. I'm worried we've used too much fuel. We should be fine to punt this out from Minmus. This should be fine. Though it is a little heavier than some of the other things we take to Minmus. Yeah, I've got 2 canned coffee downstairs, and I think I might bring one up and have a drink of coffee. Try and keep me awake for a little bit longer. Because we're streaming, we've got 2 hours, 10 minutes. I'd like to go on for at least another 50 minutes. I mean, at least we can try and get these on the surface of Minmus. But 2 of them are tourists, and they got to come back as well. Yeah, these tugs have done a lot of work. They've been in orbit for many years. This is Telford, isn't it? Yeah, tugs are named after engineers. Okay, got them. Almost full fuel. So we got full fuel in it. We got full complement of Kerbals. There's even a 7th Kerbal who's not going to the surface. We've got monoprop, a decent amount of monoprop. We've got cargo. 5. And we can control from here at the front. Control from there. We're ready to take these to Minmus. Right, I think I'm going to take a break. I'm going to take a break, go to the toilet, grab that coffee, and then I'll be back. Okay? Do you want Kerbal left on the screen, or do you want cat pictures? I mean, I'm going to have to check on her because any second now, she will come into my room and jump on the desk and want food anyway. I could put some more treats in her bowl. Right. Yeah, I'll go AFK. I'll put some cat pictures on the monitor. You're fine with both, okay? I'll click cat pictures so people can see my little kitty. Get quiet. Yeah, she will jump on the desk at some point. Make sure my fan's got enough power in it because I've got a battery powered fan. Right, Kerbal, Kerbal, Kerbal. Ran up the stairs. I got a coffee here. Hopefully a coffee. It's a can of coffee, so it's going to sound like a can opening. But it's a can of coffee. It's not anything else. Okay. Kerbal. Let me go back to Kerbal. I haven't got the Kerbal window up. There we go. Right, we're controlling from there, aren't we? Control from here. Right, should we do the inclination from this orbit? Because Real Rocky said the rule of thumb to get to the moon works with Minmus. So we could experiment. I didn't have to do multiple orbits again. Yeah, you're using the atmosphere to slow down, aren't you? That's a good technique to save fuel. Hang on. Right, set Minmus as the target so we can at least see. In order to rendezvous. Oh, in order to rendezvous, okay. I mean, they've done that in real life, haven't they? Where they've done managed to rendezvous within one orbit from launch. It has been done. I'm sure it's been done. Like they've done 2 hours to rendezvous, less than 2 hours from launch to rendezvous. I think that's the record, isn't it? In real life, something like that, 2 hours. They do that almost every time when docking to the ISS. Yeah, just wait until it comes over, and then because I mean you can do it in Kerbal. It's like when you launch, you got to make sure your target is like right over you, and it's possible to catch up to it. I have experimented with it a while ago, but it's just a bit stressful, and it's just easier to get into orbit first and make sure you're circularized in orbit first. Actually, my profile picture comes from that one time they did that, and I was watching. Yeah, I can see your profile picture is space related, Real Rocky, because a lot of because I use the chat window provided by OBS. Your avatars are really small. Your profile pictures are really small, so I can't really tell what they are. I think we've had that conversation before with chat, saying how your avatars are really small. I can't really tell what they are. I've noticed it's 6.7, right? So we're actually because we're on the same orbit as what you call it, Cafe Alpha. Cafe Alpha needs an inclination change, doesn't it, to be more in line with Minmus. It's a Soyuz, in case you're wondering. I got photographs of a Soyuz. What do I do with them? They're on my hard drive somewhere because Alex Peake's Soyuz capsule was displayed in Cardiff, and I went and saw it. I've also seen the Apollo module that's in the command module that's in the Science Museum in London. I've seen that a few times. Yeah, I'm not saying anything. I'm just concentrating on doing the inclination burn. I'm worried. I'm worried about we're using too much fuel actually. But we've punted stuff out of Minmus so many times because we've got all that stuff in Minmus, so we should be fine. If we do multiple orbits to save fuel, that's okay. Adjust my chair. Right, get it on the next go. Drink my coffee. Coffee's going to make me want to go to the toilet as well, isn't it? There we go, F5. So we've got the inclination fine. Did press F5. Why didn't come up with a quick save? There you go, quick saving. Okay, Real Rocky says that you do say this. Tell me if I got it wrong. That the rule of thumb to get to the moon works with Minmus. So if we position Minmus there, right on the map view, then we can go to that point on the orbit, do a prograde burn, and get to Minmus. You think? I mean, if we do that, add maneuver, and then let's try it. If we put the maneuver node out, from that point, you know what, maybe it would work. Well, there's an encounter there, okay? There's an encounter there. Now there's the... Oh, yeah, you could be right. I mean, maybe just past it. Maybe just past it. So if we're in a lower orbit, then maybe it would be perfect on the horizon, don't you think? Because I'm looking at Minmus there and the... Yeah, it's close anyway, it's close. Right, we'll do a F5 now. Remember not to press F5 once we've done a maneuver, or once we start the burn. Okay, then Z. Right, we're going. We're on the move. You've now docked. Seven Kerbals and a load of stuff going out to Minmus. It's a longer burn, so I can drink my coffee. So perhaps this is going up. Yeah, we've got all sorts of stuff in orbit. I've moved some stuff into higher orbits. We've got a couple of satellites there. One of these isn't a communication satellite, so we've got to do something with it. We could send engineers out there to modify it. I'm not sure which one it is. And where's Spacehawk Comsat relay tank, which is a fuel tank with a relay on it? Where's Spacehawk? Spacehawk's by there. Spacehawk's our biggest station, but it's too far out to do anything useful. So carefully watch this until it's got an encounter, and then we'll stop the burn once we've got an encounter. Scratch my ears now. Oh, the moon's in the way. Let's slow down the burn. There we go. There we go. Yeah, works. F5. We will warp to there. Oh, hang on. There's a cat behind me eating biscuits. I didn't put extra dreamies in a bowl. She might scratch the back of my chair and want some attention. And she might jump on the desk and want some attention too. So there, just to remind everyone, there's a cat behind me who's eating biscuits. Because her biscuit bowl is in my room. Because I know she's doing something. Then she comes to the biscuits in her room, so I can hear she's okay. She knows where her biscuits are. Little kitty. Because she does jump on the desk and sit on the keyboard. There's shorts of my cat on. Well, there's some on TikTok, and I've got some on this channel. I link to my Blue Sky, don't I, on my YouTube links, but I haven't put my TikTok up there yet. It's all cat videos anyway. It's all cat videos. You also Doctor Science module. Along with the necessary repair kits. Oh, you got repair kits. Repair kits. Yeah, retrograde burn relative to Minmus. But it's prograde relative to Kerbin. That's what we're doing at the moment. That's the type of burn we're doing. There we go. Back. Lower the orbit to something useful. There. Now we're in orbit around Minmus. F5. She's enjoying her biscuits. She's eating a lot of biscuits. No, where is she? So I'm just wondering where my cat is, because I don't have a light on in my room. I got a small LED lamp in the corner. Just wondering where my cat is and where she's going. Trying to predict what she's going to do. Over the orbits. Yeah, we've got to get these Kerbals onto the surface and then clean up what we got on the surface. I mean, look, we've got a lot of stuff in orbit of Minmus, haven't we? There's all this stuff on here. Tuglander. Oh, there's the other tug. There's the other tug. Is how, yeah. I'm starting to get a lot of debris near your station. I mean, I know with me, I took on a lot of planter flag contracts. Yeah, I took on a lot of planter flag contracts, and so we've just got littered the place with flags. So hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got enough seats for 8 on the surface of Minmus, I believe. 8 Kerbals. We're not going to leave them all behind. Yeah, we need to bring a bunch of them back anyway to level up. We don't have a science module on surface of Minmus yet. So that's something we can do. That's something we can plan. Science module on Minmus. Or even on the moon. Yeah, if we do it for 20,000, that'll do us a nice safe altitude. F5. Now we'll circularize in the next orbit, and then we can detach the lander and see what happens. We can make another device. We've got the tug lander device in orbit here somewhere, and it doesn't work very well. We could do with another one. Okay, circularize-ish. No, that'll do. F5. I know I normally do it for around about 10,000 where we release the lander, but maybe we can do it from over here. Maybe we can do it here. That'll make it easier to dock when we come back. So we've got the fuel in there, which we haven't used. We've only used fuel in here. We've used quite a bit. Right, F5. Now we've got the Kerbals on there. Four out. There was Cabri. Cabri is staying there. Cabri is a pilot, and Cabri is staying there. F5 again. So ready to undock. Got nothing on there. No cargo we need. Okay. F5 again because I'm worried about. I'm going to go and try and make a base to land. Okay. The Minmus again, is it? Make primary dock. So there's Telford and there's Stoat. Telford, Stoat. Right, wait till they drift away for a little bit. Telford, make sure the SAS is on. Right, and then what we do to use these landers, we control from here. And then set retrograde, then we'll start the engine, start the motors. Activate engine. Activate engine. Yeah, your focus is Minmus right now. Okay, we're ready. Right, there's periapsis. Right, we need to do an inclination change to try and get to all the stuff we've got on Minmus, which is by there. Right, let's wait a bit so they're in the sunlight. I mean, we can just try and we might be able to land on the next orbit, but it just you know, so we don't have to do an inclination change and save some fuel. We could do it now actually, because we're more or less the right position there. Right, let's do a long save. Save game 002. Save. Do a long save, right? And then we'll do another quick save. And then we'll try it. We'll try it there, just as rather than doing an inclination change. We'll try it now. Means landing in darkness, but should be okay. The lights are on the bottom. We've got the lights. Yeah, we've got the lights there. Light. They're not very powerful lights. They're just the aviation lights in white. Oh, we're not walked too far. Going okay. We're all going okay. We can do this. I'm worried about getting too close to stuff, and then when physics loads in, it breaks. Concentrate, concentrate. The gear isn't strong enough to hold the weight of the thing, so it will sit on the bells, but it should be okay. We're less than 3 meters per second on touchdown. That's what we're aiming for. There we go. Perfect. Landed on my miss right next to my previous spot. Well done. More or less the same time, real Rocky. Okay, F5. So hang on, those tourists should be happy. Those tourists only want to do a flyby. Okay. Sorry, I was just drinking the rest of my coffee. Okay, what are we going to do now? We could. Where's nearest flag? We could pick up one of these bloody flags and try and start clearing stuff up. Right, who's going to volunteer? Right, Kudra is going to volunteer. Actually, bored. We'll do it. Wait, we'll go to the sun. Wait till the sun comes up. And what I'm worried about is when physics loads in and starts breaking stuff, because we've got so much stuff around here. Well, there's a flag there. Well, that's got names on it. Jonard, Janena, Halemi, Gerrit. Yeah, I don't even know which. Gweniella was there. So they got names of the Kerbals on them. That's got no names of Kerbals on it. Right, Kedra can go out. She could have took a science experiment. I mean, why do you need a parachute on Minmus? There's no science experiments on board, is there? The other lander has got the science experiments on. Oh no, that's too far away. That's too far away. What's the nearest flag? Flag's too far away. There's one there. The Weasel. That was another one of my landers, was it? The Weasel. We do have. Oh yeah, that's another thing. We got two rovers out here, and they don't have a solar panel on them. We need to modify them with the solar panel, so we didn't bring a solar panel out with us. Remove flag as test. There you go. That's one. Remove flag as test. So let's get rid of that flag. Far are we away from it? Can't use it as a. No, we're moving closer to it. Yeah, we're going to start taking that Rhinen rig that doesn't work very well to part. I'm going to take it apart, I think, and start using the parts elsewhere, or putting them in the cargo panniers and taking them back to Kerbin. Come on, Kerdra. Kerdra. I'm still tired despite the coffee. Maybe it hasn't hit my system yet. Yeah, the flags have all got my my drawings on them, because the flags on the landers have all got my drawings. That's right, we could make a new lander, couldn't we? We could make a new lander. Yeah. Thought I just heard a cat meow. Don't know where she is. Little kitty. Right, we'll pick up this flag. We've got to clear up some of these flags. They're just taking up space. Right, that's it. There we go. Right. Take down. Reads plaque. 23rd of the 10th, 2022. Okay. Take down. Right, got it. Got this one flag. There's the big mining rig we built earlier this year over there. Now, where's the next nearest flag? Well, could you use some relay satellite antennas up here, don't you think? Nothing in there, is there? A storage unit. I don't think there's anything in that storage unit. No, there's nothing in there. Nothing in that one either. No, nothing in it. Kurdra says, only 2 miles per hour. I could run faster than this. You're on Minmus. Life is soup. I am fork. Yeah, there's lots of quotes that Kerbal's come up with. They're actually quotes which are held in a text file, and yeah, it's from an old IRC bot. I used to have an IRC bot that used to come up with quotes, and it's just the text file that I made for this IRC bot. And now I've got this Python script that shows stuff on screen. It reads Kerbal Space Program, and then reads what Kerbals on screen and makes them come up with quotes on the chat script up here. Makes it a little bit more interesting. I mean, I was hoping for it to be a source of discussion. And maybe they can start asking questions, because they can reference people in chat. It is connected with the YouTube API, and it does know who's in chat. That's another one. It says, read plaque. It says, Tannery plants flag, tourists on ferret lander. Okay, we'll just pick it up. Just take it down, because we've got to clean this place up. It's a mess. Was there another flag? There is another flag. There's one there. She's carrying 3 flags. There's one there. Well, I just had a thought. We could make other landers, different landers with different flags on it, because both the landers have got the same flag at the moment. We could make different landers with different flags and then plant a bunch of flags all together in a line with different flags, like you'd have different countries or something. And all the landers are, oh, I don't know. Could have named the landers after countries. You know, rather than mustelids. You did golf on Minmus. So it's the science experiment, isn't it? It's the science experiment. Okay. Read plaque. It says, when Min plants flag on lander is Foric, Jebmore and Milgard of a few tourists. I swear I haven't seen these names in Kerbals. Right, pick up. We don't need that. Picked it up. Can't remember those when we were reading out the Kerbals earlier. We didn't see their names. Well, they could be tourists. They could be tourists. Oh, where's the next nearest flag? Is there any flags within a reasonable distance? What's that? It's not a flag, is it? No. A wimble there, I think. How many flags can a Kerbal hold? Oh, we've been streaming for over 3 hours already. I wanted to stream for only 3 hours. One. She's currently carrying 4. 4 flags. This is 4. How? Because we're picking them up. We're picking up the flags that are already there. 4. Because you got the flag the Kerbal carries. We've just picked up 3. There's 2 flags by here. We'll pick these up now. I'm not sure if there is a limit. There you go. Read plaques from 2020. Charina and Mirabella. 4 tourists landed here. Okay, we will take down flag. And then 5 flags. Glad to see where Bill Kerman was here. Right. Yeah, it's a little bit closer. 2020, this is 6 years ago. Read plaque. It says, first test of ferret on Minmus. Kerbals landed here. Will Keller, Gilbert, Janely, Darable, Virald, and Atherin. streamed on Twitch. Actually, we can leave that flag because that's the first landing of the ferret in 2020. Okay, the ferret's been around for since 2020. That's our other lander. That's the one that does most of the work. Right, F5. You got two flags in the same spot. I mean, can you get the plant a flag contract by planting a flag, then immediately picking it back up? Can you still get the plant a flag contract? Yeah. The Kerbal has been out here on Minmus for who knows how long. Has now got a friend. Stanetta's been out here for ages, for a long, long time. So Kerdra is now joined Janena on the moon. On Minmus, rather. Crew report. Transmit data. Right, we've got the engineers over there. The problem is the thing is over there. Problem we've got is the mining rig is over there. We've got to stick more batteries on the mining rig. We've got batteries on here. We've got batteries we can take off of the other mining rig. But how are we going to get the batteries over there? Can they carry them that far? I mean, can they carry a battery? Can the Kerbals carry a battery? Hang on, we'll find out. Find out. Switch between them. Thing is, these, when I brought these up, I didn't stick a solar panel on them, so they got hardly any power. They run out of power. All right, let's have a look at the Kerbals. Right, there's the Kerbals. Who's our engineer? Who's the engineer? Catby. Catby is an engineer, right? Right, let's take Catby's parachute off. And can she carry a... Oh, yeah, they can carry one battery. They can carry one battery. Or if they walk it without RCS, but they need the RCS to get back on board. So they can carry one battery. Jogar can have one as well. Jogar can have one as well. All right, let's use Jogar. Jogar can walk over there. I mean, what about the... Oh, they can carry that and all. The, whatever it's called. Whatever it's called. The, thing. Let's carry a battery over there, okay? I'm wondering if we could take a solar panel off one of the things. One of these. Is there a small solar panel over here somewhere? And the small ones? No, there isn't. There's only larger ones. All right. Jogar's going. Come on then, Jogar. He's carrying a battery and he's got his pack. All right, 380 meters to go. So it's quite far. Can't quick save when moving over the surface. Right, wait till he stops. F5. 380, 370 meters to go. So I don't even know whether they can actually get aboard there, because if I remember rightly, we did a little elevator at the bottom. Like there's a capsule on the bottom, and they can get on the capsule at the top if they enter the capsule at the bottom. Did we even test that? I don't know. 340 meters to go. Space blimp. Thing is, I was going to name the mining rigs after mines. So what mine could we name that after? Because we could rename it after a mine. Because we had Tower. There's Tower and Unity. They're the ones that come to mind. Because Tower and Unity were the Unity is still going, isn't it? The tower closed down, has been turned into some zipline place. I'm thinking of Welsh mines. I mean, Big Pit, which is a tourist thing. You actually go down the mine. I've only been down there once. What's the name of it? South Rhondda Colliery. I visited the site of South Rhondda Colliery a few times. What else? Sengenith. I've driven past the site of Sengenith Colliery a few times. Yeah, I'm tired now. I only wanted to stream for 3 hours, but I'm really tired. I'm getting really tired now. I have had a coffee, but I'm still yawning. Strong coffee. So look at all these flags we got out here. We're going to have to clear these up. Gweniella. Siedi. Something there. Janena was there. Ned Fred. Peggy. Ferret landed. Minmus lander. Gonna have to get a working rover and go around and just pick them all up. $157 meters to go. Come on, Jogar, run. Because we can't use Alt, can we? Can't use Alt to sprint. Is it Shift? I mean, I know we could use the RCS, but I'm worried about them running out of fuel. That's what I'm worried about. So we'll just walk it. Just walk it. Oh, there's a relay antenna. We got a relay antenna on here. Rendezvous. No, I can't spell rendezvous either, Real Rocky. I keep getting it wrong. R-E-N-D? Don't know. It's French words. I think it's French. Come quite a way. Oh, it's still mining. Careful, Jogar is going to be dangerous. One encounter without having to orbit more than once. How does that happen? You totally meant to do that, didn't you? You totally meant to do that. Now, where are we going to put these batteries? Okay. Right, let's put this battery at 5. Right, where's engineering? Right. There we go. Battery attached. There's a little bit more power. F. B. Got him. Can't really see much, can we? Right. Transfer crew. Wait. Is there a bug? Is there a bug? Because he's still got the battery. He just attached a battery to it and we've still got a battery. F5. Oh no, he's got a battery now. Or maybe he has to catch up with him not having a battery in. Okay, he doesn't have a battery now. Did you see that just now when he had a battery? Sorry, I didn't. Yeah, when we got him aboard, the battery, we attached the battery, Real Rocky, down there. But when I got him aboard, he still had the battery in his backpack. But now it's gone now, so I guess Kerbal had to catch up or something. what's his view from out here? Okay, see the view. Right, how much ore is in the tanks? The tank's essentially empty, and yet they are actually mining. Ore rate isn't very high. Are those going? Start surface harvester. Start surface harvester. Your tanks aren't really filling up. Oh, you're about to dock. Sorry for distracting you. Yeah. We've shut down these engines, haven't we? No, we need to shut down these engines in case we accidentally hit the throttle. Shut down the engine. Well, that's why the ore tanks are filling up, but this is going. Stop ISRU. No worries. There you go, the ore tanks are filling up now. Right, how much total power we got? Because the problem with this thing is through the night, we couldn't have it running through the night because it didn't have enough power. Anyway, I'm going to take a break, I think, because we've been streaming for more than 3 hours, 3 hours 21 minutes, and I'm tired. I am yawning. I'm quite tired. I did say I wanted to go on for 3 hours, so I think we'll take a break. Yeah, I'm going to end the stream and then and tomorrow night we'll do Derail Valley. Derail Valley tomorrow night. Is it okay to end the stream here, do you think? Yeah, it's currently 4:09 in the morning. I've been streaming for 3 hours 22 minutes. Chatters tonight, Real Rocky. Let me scroll up and see who else we chat. We had a few chatters tonight. Kippy, who disappeared earlier, and I just scrolling up through the chatters. Oh, yeah, Norfolk Southern was in here. Norfolk Southern. I never looked up that railway company. Lucas came in for a little bit and said hi. Real Rocky. I talked as well, demonstrating the status. That SSTO guy was here for a bit. I'm scrolling up. That's right. Hopefully there's no one I missed. I'm just scrolling up through the chat. And when was here earlier? Went to church. Real Rocky been chatting all night. Oh yeah, Lucas is still here. I'm just scrolling down to the bottom, and Lucas is still there. Yeah, thank you for coming in. Thank you for chatting. Thank you for joining me tonight. And yeah, Derail Valley tomorrow night. If see what happens. Okay. Good night. Good morning.